Hi, how are you guys doing? Thank you so much for your kind words that you said about my poem. They really mean the most to me. I'm gonna try and answer all your guys' questions. So I'm gonna start off with the first one. Was it hard writing Ari and any tips for writing? I think in that point in my artistic journey, that poem was a really, really easy poem to write because I really, really needed to write that poem. Um, and I think it just came out effortlessly. And then I think for tips on writing, practice, 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 practice. When I feel like I was at my best writing wise was when I wrote every single day. So I would say write every single day and try and make writing a part of your daily routine. Keep a journal with you. That would probably be my tips on writing. Also, always write about your lived experience. Don't try and write about something else just because it's cool or it's popular in the moment. Write about like what you've actually gone through. What inspires you to make your stories different? I would say like that. What I just talked about is that my lived experiences. I think that one of the most important things is art is that you stay true to yourself and you stay true to like what your art is important, and that ultimately is your lived experiences and what you're passionate about, but also being intersectional and advocating for people who hold identities that you don't hold. How did you get through getting picked on or bullied for being dyslexic? Honestly, I was not very open about my dyslexia up until I was maybe a sophomore in high school. It was something that I kept very, very personal. And how I got through, so I was never really bullied for it in terms of like the sense of like people knew that I had dyslexia. Like how I got over like being bullied for like the symptoms of dyslexia, for lack of a better term. I know symptoms has a negative connotation to it, but it was just through like perseverance and knowing that like no matter what people around me say, that it's about me and it's about my success and doing the best that I absolutely can through everything. And then I think my younger brother Ari has autism. That's one of the main focuses of the poem, and I think that the line about the trademark is that through like a lot of like the public education system and the way that it functions, we just like throw labels on kids. Like they're like he's a bad student, he's an uneducated student, he has like a learning disability or like autism, like, and so we put trademarks on students, and like ultimately no student should be defined by a trademark. Like no matter like what is about them, like what they're going through, no students should be defined by a trademark. And so that's what the trademark line is about. What made me encouraged to do, I think competitive poetry I started when I was 8 years old. I started storytelling when I was 6 years old. I guess my mom started me because she wanted me to have something to combat the like symptoms, for lack of a better term, that were gonna come with dyslexia, and like for me to be like good at public speaking and be outgoing and be courageous. And so like that's what started me. What kept me going? Honestly, it was just I fell in love from the moment I started. And I like have unfortunately not been able to do as much performance in poetry and storytelling as I would like in college, but I love it, and I think that's what made it encourage me to do it. How do you handle being different? I think as you grow older, being different is something that you don't like devalue. It is something that you value, and you learn to value the identities you hold, whether that be race, gender, sexuality, any identity that you hold and that is unique to you. That becomes a part of who you are and is something you value. I think that is like one of the most important